Whoa, whoa, whoa. When I give it the juice, it feels like the bike is gonna like just like blow up right at the head tube. Nice day on the river. Should I go through the sand? Let's go see how the big smoothies can get through the sand. Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. So I'm just out on the dual motor e-bike. Yesterday I made a video where I got the front hub motor on a phase runner controller. So I upgraded the front motor to 72 volts. It's on a phase runner controller now, and it's doing higher power levels. And I'm using the Cycle Analyst 3 controller splitter so that I can hook both of the controllers up to the Cycle Analyst display. And so now I have both of my motors connected to this display. It's showing the wattage readout correctly when I'm using both the motors at the same time. My throttle is hooked up to both wheels, so when I hit the throttle, say 50%, both motors will be going at 50% power. Still got the big Smoothy 26 tires on. I've been using those for a couple days now. I think they're probably my favorite street tire in the 26x4 kind of fat tire category. So if you're looking for some of those, they have been working really well for me. I put a whole bunch of flat out sealant in them, and I don't really feel it at all. The tires feel really sturdy compared to some of the other street tires that I've tried. I think I need to take a look at this front tire. It looks like the tube is coming out or something. That's no good. I just noticed that. I think I might need to go back home and fix that because the tube is definitely like getting pinched. A little bit of a buzzkill. We're back in the garage. We're deflating the tire. I'm just letting some air out, and it's getting pinched over here. I can see it, so I'm gonna keep letting air out. Alright guys, so all I did was I just got the tire lever in there and then just kind of started pulling the tire up a little bit and working around, and it was just kind of like, it's kind of like a little section where it was just slightly getting pinched, but so I've got all of it out of the way. I'm gonna reinflate it and then we'll be back out on the road. I think I fixed the tube in the tire. Sorry about the little interruption, but that needed to get fixed. Alright guys, we're back where we started. We're taking the dual motor bike out on a ride. We got the two double phase runners going through the Cycle Analyst 3 controller splitter. I got a whole video from yesterday where I was messing with these controllers, getting the two controllers hooked up to the Cycle Analyst. But that was yesterday. There's a lot of confusion yesterday because the auto tune part of the phase runner suite was giving the front motor like an incorrect kV. So when you run the auto tune on the phase runner suite, it figures out the windings of your motor and like the RPM per volt of the motor windings. And for some reason, when I was doing the auto tune yesterday, it was giving the front motor a kV that was just like totally off. Man, it is unbelievably windy again. But yeah, so yesterday I was experiencing kind of like some weirdness with the auto tune in the phase runner suite, but then today I went back into each motor and just kind of redid everything, looked everything over, redid it, saved the settings to the controllers. I have both the motors programmed for 2,000 watts. So in theory, when I give it full throttle, it should be like 4,000 watts. And yeah, it feels like a lot. Feels like a lot. That was like 3,000 right there. I didn't even give it full throttle. It's just so windy though that like I feel like a parachute these last couple days. The wind has been like 35 miles an hour, so it's everything's a little bit slow and it's hard to tell. Oh, it's hard to tell. I was just waving at that guy for letting me go. But yeah, it's so dang windy that it's hard to tell like what's going on. I've actually done a whole bunch of videos riding around in here lately, so I think we're gonna go a different way. So today I'm gonna be riding around for a while. And everything's actually working today, so you'll be able to see the difference. Yesterday, it was like it was kind of working, but the front motor wasn't configured right. And I think like that was causing it to not work right. But we got that all sorted out. I kind of gotta be careful with the throttle here because I'm still kind of testing this. Oh, I gotta pick up food. I totally forgot. I put in an order, but then I noticed that tube and I had to go back and fix the tube and stuff. And I just remembered that I'm starving. So I gotta go get my food and then we're gonna ride around. I'm gonna open up down this hill. We're gonna open it up. Let's give this car a little bit of room here. It's very windy. Okay, so we're giving it 2,000 watts. Lots of wind, lots of wind. Let's see. Man, that is a little bit scary. That is a little bit scary. If you can tell by that flag over yonder, but it's like the wind the last few days has been like 20 to 35 miles an hour and my body feels like a parachute, so you'll have to excuse any wind noise or anything like that. if you guys heard that, but I just did like the biggest front motor burnout I've ever done. We're gonna have to tweak the throttle curve on that one. Man, so it's definitely working today. We got both motors set to 2,000 watts each. I saw 4,000 watts on the screen when I was going down that hill back there. And let me tell you what, that felt crazy. That felt crazy. It's not like I haven't done 4,000 watts before when I had 3 motors on the bike. And I've done almost 4,000 watts. I have done 4,000 watts just in the rear motor. But with these hub motors, the geared hubs, it seems like there's kind of diminishing returns after like maybe 2,000 or 3,000 watts. Like it's not really worth doing a whole lot more with just one motor. But now we're only doing 2,000 on that rear one, so that's a little bit lower than I usually do in that one. But now I'm doing 2,000 in this one as well, for a total of 4,000 watts between both motors they add together. And when you have the motor in the front and the back, it has a certain pull to it. When I gave it full throttle going down that hill and it was doing 4,000 watts, I haven't quite felt it pull like that before. It's definitely working today. I'm a little bit scared. I'm a little bit scared of my bike again. The only thing I wonder about these front motors, especially when you have a suspension fork, is the suspension forks are built to compress, right? When you hit a bump, it goes down and it compresses. And then there's a spring inside, or the air forks have pressure inside that push them back up. But when you have a front motor like this, when that motor starts going, like, it's pulling the rest of the bike, right? So like the suspension fork, instead of getting compressed, I think when you give it juice at the front hub motor, the fork can kind of get like pulled, you know, like extended. Like it's not, I don't know if they're made to like get pulled like that. I've always wondered about that. Like, and then the other thing about front motors and like the whole suspension fork and everything, like that's just any fork, is that you have up in your headset and your stem is the only thing that's holding the fork into the bike is that stem bolt, right? Like on the top of the stem. And that thing, it's just like a little like M4 or M5 bolt holding the whole fork into the steer tube. So I kind of wonder, like, I kind of imagine that the front motor can't be great for a front fork when it's pulling like that. Like, I wonder how the physics of all that works. If you guys are a scientist, let me know. Look at this guy parked in the McDonald's parking spot sideways. You're kind of a dick. Parks like that. Some people just like to watch the world burn, don't they? Alright guys, we're going. So just to be clear, I am gonna do some pulls and get this thing moving today, but it's a little bit scary and it's a new setup still. So there is gonna be a good amount of leisurely riding as well, because I've only got one battery on here now, so I don't have as much battery capacity. Both the motors are going off of this one battery, so there'll be some high-speed testing, but there's also going to be some relaxed, leisurely bike ride. So let's go do it. I am gonna open it up going down this road right here. Speed limit's like 40, but it's pretty windy. We'll have to see. Here we go. I don't understand how it's so windy. Like, the trees don't look like they're blowing around, but it is like unbelievably windy. We got a slow poke down here. I was gonna open it up right there, but this guy is driving like 15 miles an hour in a 30. I'm gonna go whichever way this guy isn't going. Smells funky out again today, like Canadian wildfire smoke is what they're calling it lately. Listen to how quiet that is. It's still a geared hub motor, it makes some noise, but compared to that noise it used to make, that was a really annoying noise. It was like, wow, 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 wow. think I'm gonna go across the bridge. All right, we're gonna get going right here a little bit. Oh, what was that? Man, that's crazy. It did increase the top speed a little bit. I wasn't totally expecting that. It feels really nice in the sun right now. Yeah, so I think it increased my top speed getting both of the motors on the phase runner. I haven't set up the field weakening yet for the front motor. I'll have to do that. I could make it go a little bit faster. But man, that's crazy. Like, when you have the front motor going, it's almost like the bike wants to like bend apart or something, right? Because when the front motor starts going, it's like the fork, you know, the fork just like kind of, it wants to go forward and it wants to like, it's pulling the rest of the bike. So it's like, I don't know, it feels crazy. It feels crazy having this setup. I'm a little bit scared. I don't know why I stopped. All right, let's go across the bridge. I was doing some crazy, I did a crazy burnout back there when I was pulling into McDonald's. That was nuts. Oh my God. So, burnouts aren't good for electric motors. I don't suggest it, I don't recommend it, but just for the sake of testing. Yep. It is easier to modulate the power with the cycle analyst. Man, what did I hit back there? It sounded like I hit something. Like, we gotta do a tire check. I don't know. Usually when you hit something with flat out, there's like a big like wet spot that you can see where the sealant sealed it. Oh my goodness. So many bugs. So many bugs. Oh my goodness. So I've gone through 4.5 amp hours, and that's including a little bit of riding that I did, and then I had to fix that tube that was getting pinched. So I've gone almost 8.5 miles, 4.5 amp hours. I guess that's what happens when you're doing 4,000 watts. See, it's so windy out. I'm doing 2,000 watts right now, and I can't even get going 30. We're also going a little bit uphill. The only thing about doing more power on your e-bike is then you're draining your battery much faster, and your range takes a hit. It definitely feels better having both the motors kind of synced up better. Because before the rear motor was on 72 volts, but the front motor was on 48 volts. And they have the same motor windings, like the same, RPM per volt, or it's very similar. But when they're on different voltages, there was always just kind of like a little bit of a disconnect. But now that I got both of the motors on the phase runners, and they're both kind of configured to pull equally, it feels a lot better. French fry just about went down the wrong tube there. That could have been tragic. But I mean, right now it says I'm doing 400 watts and I'm going like 20 something miles an hour. I don't remember doing that with just one motor. This is the bumpiest walking path. Like in the middle, it's not too bad, but along the edges, it's just like, it makes me feel like my wheel is gonna fall off back there. And so I know you guys are sitting there and you just want to go fast. I made the upgrades, go fast. But I gotta kind of take it easy. I just got one battery now, 20 amp hours. We've already gone through 5.6. I'll open it up again, but I want to go on my bike ride first. See if I can pedal. Oh yeah, we're pedaling. We're pedaling. 20 mile an hour pedaling. Man, these big smoothies make it a lot easier to pedal. I didn't realize that. Because the last time I tried pedaling my bike with them big knobby tires, I could barely get it going like 12 miles an hour. Feels a lot easier to pedal with these tires. Oh. Man, they just paved this road, and this is like very common around here, but it's like a newly surfaced road, and it's just like the bumpiest road I've ever gone down. There's St. Francis of Assisi Catholic Mass. I think my good friend Rory from in the comments, also known as Ash, I think they're Catholic, so this one's for you, buddy. St. Francis of Assisi. He's got a good spot right up here on the river bluff. It looks like the front door is like cracked open. You can just go in and hang out. Hang out with St. Francis. It's a cool looking building. It's got all these like courtyards and stuff. Interesting. This is another one of those resurfaced roads that's like unbelievably bumpy. Oh. Man, it was a trip yesterday getting that dual controller splitter to work. For trying, and then today, like, one coffee in 15 minutes and you figure it out. It's similar to making websites. Sometimes you get stuck on some problem and you're just not getting anywhere with it, and you're banging your head against the wall trying to figure it out, and you just gotta take a break, take a breather, go do something else, maybe save it for the next day, and come back with a fresh pair of eyes, and then you figure it out in like 10 minutes usually. It's so windy that there was a hammock in a tree over there, and it was like going like this. A little bit scary. Feels like the bike is just gonna like snap in half or something. Wow, they really cleared out the ditch. One thing about electric vehicles is like, especially bikes, is like once you get going at a certain speed, like it'll only take like 1,000 watts or maybe like 1,500 watts to get going a good 30 miles an hour. But then to go faster than that, it's like it requires an exponential amount of more power, right? Because it's like 1,000 watts can get you going about, you know, like 30, maybe 35. But then if you're using 2,000 watts, that's kind of like, you know, that'll get you going like maybe 40, maybe a little bit more, depending, you know, on flat. But there's definitely diminishing returns, and it makes sense to ride around slowly if possible, because you can go a lot further. If I was just doing 4,000 watts the whole way, I probably would have broke something. And my battery would probably be dead, right? So there's a stream down here. It looks pretty shallow. Maybe like a foot deep. So what do you guys think about the bike now? It's not as crazy up here. There's still a lot going on. I could clean the wires up a little bit, right? But I got all those crazy batteries off here. It's just one throttle now, one display, one battery. Both of the motors, controllers are hooked up to that one battery together. The throttle makes both motors go together. The front motor's on 72 volts, doing a little bit more power, more phase amps. When I give it the juice, it feels like the bike is gonna like just like blow up right at the head tube. It's a little bit scary. Let's keep riding around. That was a big truck, whatever that was. Yeah, so I'm using 350 watts and we're going like 22 miles an hour. I don't remember doing that before. It feels really smooth, like when I'm just giving both motors just a little bit of power. It feels like it's more effective than giving one motor that same amount of power. It's kind of weird. Now again guys, just to clarify, the dual motors is a little bit of a gimmick. If you want a powerful e-bike, you might as well just get like a 5,000 watt, just one 5,000 watt motor, because it just keeps things a lot simpler and stuff. Like if you're building a new e-bike and you want it to be high power, just get one high power motor, right? I just did this because I'm the e-bike builder and I like messing around with this kind of stuff, so you can just watch me go buy a QS 205 or 273. That house has been it's been being built for like 2 years. It's taken a while. Let's see what's going on in the marina. How we doing, GoPro? Good. Nice day on the river. Most days it is a nice day on the river. Should I go through the sand? I got street tires on. Let's go see how the big smoothies can get through the sand. I'm glad I don't have to use 2 throttles anymore. That was kind of like a little bit much. It does make sense sometimes because you don't always want to use the front motor. There's a lot more grass down here than the last time I was here. Trying not to burn off, but it did anyways. Oh! Oh! Suspension seatbelt ain't gonna save you through that stuff. Holy buckets. Stand up for that. Wow. I don't think I'm gonna climb that hill today. I'd like to save some power to do a little bit of high-speed testing. Alright guys, we're back in Afton, Minnesota. GoPro went dead. That sun feels so good. I don't even really care about the top speed so much. It's just fun having torque. Gotta take it easy on this poor 20 amp hour battery though. We've used 9.5 amp hours. I gotta tone down my throttle a little bit. It's like really touchy. See, that was crazy. I just went 37 miles an hour up the hill. Man, that is crazy. Man, that wind is just nuts. It's blowing me around all over. Alright guys, we got the bridge coming up. You know what that means. High speed test. We're kind of like half charge, half voltage. So that affects things, but I saw like 44 miles an hour. When I put both of the motors in the Grin motor simulator, I think it said the top speed was like 46 or something. And that's what I saw earlier after I left McDonald's. It's like 46 miles an hour on a full charge. Man, it like... Today it's like, it's really windy and it's sunny, but there's a lot of clouds. Every time that sun goes behind a cloud, I'm freezing, and then it comes back out and it's like a little bit hot. It's kind of like this roller coaster of temperature. I just want to go lay in the sun somewhere. not used to only having 20 amp hours of battery. I think I need to go back. I gotta take it easy on the way home, or we're gonna run out of juice. Well, my battery's going kind of dead. I didn't do as much high speed testing as I planned, but I did get in a good bike ride. And I was working on my bike so long yesterday that I didn't really get to go on a bike ride yesterday, so let's see how fast we can go on fucking low voltage. Not fast enough. That's for sure. We gotta take it easy. I have it set up so when it goes below like 63 volts, it starts to throttle the power. So right now it's throttling the power, and I can't do much more than like 1500 watts because the battery's going dead. We're gonna have to charge the battery up, do some more tests. I'm still a little bit scared. If you have a new motor or a new controller, or you're doing higher power levels or something new, it's always good to just kind of baby steps, right? Baby steps. Take it easy. One little increment at a time. Let's see if we can get going here. Oh my goodness. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. We're gonna be crawling home. I haven't done one of these for a while, where you crawl back home going 10 miles an hour. It's been a while since I did that. Ooh. We're gonna make it though. We are gonna make it. Where are we at? We're at 16.44 amp hours. We're down to 63 volts. Alright guys, well that was fun. Got the 2 controllers installed. Got the settings or the parameters kind of sorted out, and it's working better. Now I just got to build a new battery with those Samsung cells. And then we're going to be all set. So if you like this video, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. Love you guys. Bye-bye.